Hello there again, everyone. Nathan here. Welcome back to another video. Today we have the 2025 Honda Ridgeline Sport. This is the cheapest Ridgeline that we can get here in Canada. It's that base model trim. So we're going to go over everything that Honda gives us in this base model here, features wise, tech wise, and what we get for that bang for the buck. We'll head right into it. Starting off, of course, we'll go over the fob that Honda gives us here for us. We get a bit more of a square fob, not our usual egg-shaped fob that we get on most of the other Hondas there. Still get our physical key on the bottom there for us. And then we also get a lock button, an unlock button, and a remote start button, and then a panic button. To remote start this guy, we'll press the lock button, press and hold down on the remote start itself, and then we'll be able to start this guy up, and then we'll actually press and hold the remote start button again to actually turn that off, and then we'll get our two 10-minute cycles on the remote start before we have to physically start that guy back up again there. But nice little simple key fob that we get here with the Ridgeline. On the front end here, starting out, go over everything that Honda gives us here included, which is still tons to go over considering that this is as low as it gets for the Ridgeline. In my own opinion, Honda still includes a lot of stuff on these guys, which is nice to see. We'll get our LED low beam headlight here, and then our halogen high beam light in here on the inside for us. We got our LED daytime strip coming down here. We get our turn signals down below, which will be the halogens, and then we do get our LED fog lights down below. So it's nice we still get those guys. Up top, we got the black Honda brow again coming across that whole top of the hood. We get a nice piano black grille here with its own kind of grille design that the Sport gets. The Sport, Trail Sport, and that Black Edition, they all get different kind of designs on the front grille. This will be our Sport one here with these little, more so like a secured hanger on it, and then we get that round post below there. Got our big giant Honda emblem here for us. That'll be for the safety features, the adaptive cruise, the lane departure, the front collision braking, all that good stuff there. The radar will be in behind this, paired up with the camera up top, of course. Got our block heater here, and then we do get that red Sport badge on the front for us. Coming down to the bumper, we got kind of more plastic, non-painted down here, and then we get that piano black down below here in front of the actual radiator and the bottom grill here for us, which is nice to see as well. And then I like what they've done so far. They've come a long way from all those generations of Ridgeline. We still get that nice squared off front more so now. It's not hugely rounded anymore. It comes off with a nice edge all the way down. A lot more truck-like. It's getting closer and closer. Underneath the hood, Honda's going to give us that tried and true 3.5-liter V6, the naturally aspirated there, so no turbos or anything. We get that guy in the base model, which is sweet. We get a nice big blue cap to fill up my washer fluid here for me. I get my nice orange dipstick. It's labeled orange for me to easily know what kind of oil I'm taking. We got our battery underneath here. Of course, we got the positive battery terminal actually right there exposed to us, and then we have a bolt over here for the ground, which is a lot easier to get than the one that's underneath this air intake system here. We don't have to take all this apart. We can just easily go right there. So great use of space in there, as with all the Ridgelines, right? Like they all have the same layout, which is nice, but I like that Honda still includes this in that cheaper version of the Ridgeline, so you don't have to spend all the money to get it at the end of the day. Of course, we get my most unfavorite thing in the world, the old hood prop. Still would like to see some gas struts on there, but I guess we're in the base model at the end of the day. Heading up to the windshield area, not too much to go over. Mainly just we got the camera up top here that goes into play, with the radar system in below there for the lane departure, the adaptive cruise control, the front collision braking, all that fancy jazz. The other half of it will be up here. These are the actual eyes of it right there, which is nice to see. It's up top, it's clean, and it's clear on that side, which is sweet. Working our way down the passenger side of the Ridgeline Sport here. Lots and lots to go over. that's included in the actual trim for this guy, which is awesome. We'll start down below, as always, down here at the rim area. Bit of a more special rim for the Sport. We do get some sport specific rims here with that shark gray, and the design itself is for these sports. That Trail Sport in the black edition will get a different set of rims, so it's nice they set themselves out a little bit on that side, but beautiful shark gray on that side. We do get some Firestone Destination tires on the base model, which is nice. They're not just a cheapy branded tire. Obviously not the most expensive brand either out there, but we do have some good siphoning, some good softer but harder tread on that side, as they are a M&S, so an all-season tire. Not quite an all-weather, but these guys are going to be a 245 60R 18-inch rim, so we don't have to get too expensive on the tire size either. They keep that cost down for us, which is A plus in my book. Continuing on, working our way down the rest of the side of the truck, we'll stop by the mirrors here. Of course, we're going to get the breakaway mirrors on this guy, so they're not going to be fixed in place or whatnot. We don't quite get the power mirrors on that side, but at least we still get the breakaway mirrors, so if you do end up running into that guy and whatnot, you're not going to risk breaking your mirror as easily as it would be if it was fixed in that position there. On that side, it'll just fold in either way, of course. On that side, we will come down and we get the keyless entry system. So same on that, as long as I got my fob in my pocket, I can stick my hand in there to unlock the truck itself. And then they actually give us a little button on here to lock that guy, which is pretty sweet. And then we do get the walkaway auto lock feature in the settings as well. So if you don't feel like hitting that button and you're like me and I just want to walk away and know that my truck's locked, we can do that as well. Coming down to the rest of the side, they give us a nice little separation in between the cab and the box. It's clean. It kind of blends in with like kind of the door cutouts itself. It's not too out there or anything. Honda gives us a nice couple body lines to go down to give us some dimension on the truck, which is pretty sweet to see. This one right here blends right into this fender on the front, sorry. And then the back one kind of blends right into that back fender. And then we do get the plastic around the fenders, which is awesome to see. We're not kicking up any rocks, dirt, or mud or anything. And then we do get the plastic wheel liners in there as well. Obviously not going to be the best on the noise side, but they are going to protect us. And most of the time, I'd say I'd take protection over the quietness, especially when we're in a vehicle this size. You know, the cabin noise is definitely a factor for sure, but when you're in the box area, it's not too much of one. I think I'd rather have those plastic ones. So I like that Honda does that for us, which is pretty sweet. Coming into the box area, Honda still does give us the nice piano black coming all the way up here to separate that actual body panel to that back glass for the box, all the way up and down all the way to the other side. So it's nice to see a little accent on there. And then we do have the protection on top here, the box liner on top from the factory here. It's not painted or anything to help us out as well, which is sweet to see. Coming to the back end or the tailgate end here, the Ridgeline, we're immediately greeted by that huge Ridgeline printed all the way across the back here for us, which is new for the Ridgelines here. It's only been out for a couple of years on this side, but I like to see that they're going with that huge Ridgeline stamp on the back. I've even actually seen a couple of these. They have little inserts for them as well if you want to do black or orange maybe, but that's up to you at the end of the day. I like it how it is. We get our Sport badge again back here, red on that side. We get our Honda badge right there for us. And then we do get our backup camera just tucked in beside the handle for the tailgate. That guy's going to give us that full 90-degree view so we can see down the full side here. We'll get the 45-degree view as well, and then we'll get that full 90-degree view. And I think that one is especially useful on the Ridgeline and those equipped with the hitch like we have here and whatnot for when we're backing up to either load up a trailer or load stuff in. I like that view very much, sorry, on that side. Got some license plate lights down here, and then we get our reflectors down here for us, which is awesome to see. Some chrome exhaust tips, and then we also get the trailer harness on that guy on the hitch as well from factory, not just the receiver. We also get the wiring, so it's nice to see both of those. I've seen a couple times where you actually only get one of them. You just get the receiver but no wiring, which is crazy to me. I mean, why not just add both in there? So it's nice to see that we got that. Last but not least, we got our tail lights. We got our brake light here. We got our actual turn light integrated in, and then we have our reverse lights down here for us, which is nice to see. It's simple, doesn't really stand out too much, but most of the stuff on the Honda won't. Stuff blends in nicely, it works good, and you don't have to worry about it too much. Honda does give us one little lip here on the actual tailgate, that protected lip that kind of sticks out a bit if you do have some stuff hanging off of it, and to prevent from all that scratching too, which is nice. Of course, one of my more favorite things, maybe top 3, maybe top 5 things about the Ridgeline is that dual action tailgate. So not only can we open it traditionally with the latch and have it come down like all the trucks do, but of course we know we can actually open it this way style and have it come out that way we don't have any overhang. This way I like a lot more because we can actually reach in deeper to the box to grab more, and we get access to the actual in-bed storage here for us as well. It's a lot easier to get to. We don't have an extra, 1.5 feet hanging off the back to, impede us or anything. So I like that they offer both of those for us in a way that just makes it easier and more user-friendly for the back. And of course, on the topic of the in-bed storage on this side, we got the spare tire tucked inside here, just underneath the actual bed itself. The actual door that we have that opens does have a rubber seal on it as well that molds down into a little ribbed portion here to create a nice dust seal, a watertight seal, so you can actually store stuff in here during the winter, during the summer to keep it a little bit cooler or to keep it dry so it's out of the weather. You can purchase some dividers for in here as well to section it up. And I also have seen some stuff from either customers of mine or whatnot that actually put sandbags down here for the winter time. So it frees up space in the box, but they can also have that weight in the back, which I think is a huge advantage during those winter months. And those who have driven in the snow know exactly what I'm talking about, having some sandbags in the back, which is sweet. Plus, if you have any sandbag spill back here, you do have the drain plug, so you can just wash out all the sand. You don't have to worry about hard cleanup and whatnot, which is sweet to see. We also get some pretty cool other gadgets in the box of the Ridgeline. So we get a couple LED lights. I have one right here and then one directly opposite on the other side of the box for us. I have 3 recovery points. I got one here, and then I got one here as well. 4, sorry, my bad. My math is out on that one. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 on this side, and then I get another 4 on that side. 8 altogether on that side for us, which is sweet. Lots of places to anchor stuff down. I know personally the ones at the bottom can be hard to reach sometimes, so it's nice to see some up top when you do have something and you can't quite reach over that far. You have this top one to grab a hold of. And then we also get some storage right here for us as well. We won't get the actual in-bed outlet on this side. It's just used for storage only on the base model, but at least they still include that for us, which is nice to see. And it's also nice to see that we do have some lights back here as well, being that base model. Other thing for us on this is, even though we are the base model again, we still get that just over 1,600 pound payload in the box on the back end of this guy, which is awesome to see. We still get that 5,000 pound towing on that side, and then we still get to put just over that 300 pounds on the tailgate alone because of that dual action on the tailgate. So it's nice to see that even though we do get that cheaper version and we might not get the top line or anything, Honda still does include that as standard on these guys, which is sweet to see. One more thing, probably another top 3 or top 5 is actually the rear window defogger on this. I don't normally see rear window defoggers on the 1/4 ton trucks. Even some of the 1/2 ton trucks, I haven't seen it. So it's nice that we do get that rear window defogger, because I find that is a window, even though it's flat and it doesn't really get covered with too much like you have on the hatchbacks. Your window has a different pitch and it gets covered. This one won't get covered too often, but it's still nice to see that we get the defroster so that there's no issue and no worry at all for us on that side. And then we get that third brake light up top where everyone can see it. It's nice and up high, which is awesome to see. Coming down the driver's side here of the Honda Ridgeline Sport, kind of all the same stuff that we got going on the other side that we chatted about. Here's the other side of that piano black pillar coming down. We got our fenders, we got our body lines, keyless entry, all that good stuff. Added, of course, will be the gas tank. Now, this is actually one that does need a button. Out of all the other Hondas that I've done on here, they all kind of haven't really needed that button, except for the Ridgelines. They all need a button. They got a button switch on the inside of the door to actually open this guy up. Kind of funky how Honda kind of includes that in majority of those other Hondas. They just open with the vehicle or locked when the vehicle's locked, except for the Ridgeline. They were just like, nope, gotta have a button for that one. So it was kind of funny. But moving on, we got our numbers here for us. So we got 12.8 liters per 100K in the city and 9.9 liters per 100K on the highway to give us a combined of 11.5, which is pretty good for that quarter-ton truck class, especially with the 3.5-liter V6. Normally, you really don't see that below that, 11, 12, 13 at any given time. So it's cool that we are seeing that 9.9 on the highway. And that is partially due to that variable cylinder management system that Honda has pretty much mastered at this point. I never see any issues with it. Earlier versions, yes, but this version 4, I haven't seen an issue in years on it. So when you're on the highway, that does shut off 3 of those cylinders, which gives us that huge benefit of that fuel savings on that side. I know there's some issues with some other brands on it. Fortunately, Honda isn't one of those, knock on wood here, or metal, whatever works. We'll hop inside though and see what Honda offers us for features in this Ridgeline Sport. Now, before we head inside, of course, we'll take a look at the door, see what we get on this side, which is a ton of stuff, even though we are that base model. Starting up top, we would expect maybe some hard plastic and whatnot, but no hard plastic up top. We still get some soft touch material here, up here, and then on the actual shoulder or elbow rest here as well. Soft touch material. We get that gray stitching coming all the way across, which I like to see. It's kind of matched up with this sort of gray silver metallic-y silver piece here, a little accent, which kind of separates some pieces in the door nicely for us. Got our power windows, power locks, all that good stuff. A little bit of storage right here, a big storage right here, a little mini storage here, and then another big storage down here. Not really the widest, but you can definitely stick something in there that's got some height to it, which is nice to see. We got our gas cap opener right there, like I mentioned earlier, but it's a nice big button and it's got nice placement. It's not tucked down near usually where they're at, like the on the floor, or sometimes they're right beside the actual hood latch to open the hood. So it's nice to see that it's up top a little bit, kind of easier to reach, and then when you actually open that guy, it actually opens up the gas hatch pretty much all the way, so you don't actually have to really open it too far or open it all the way like usual. It actually flings itself open a little bit, which is kind of funky. We got our blind spot, which is standard on the Ridgeline, which is good to see. It's not something you have to pay extra for or anything. You can get into the Ridgeline at that lowest cost to you and still get the blind spot monitoring system in front of that blind spot window that we get here. But this guy's going to be solid orange when someone's in the blind spot, and then it'll actually blink orange at you and give you an audible alert if you hit the signal while that light's already on and someone's there. So it's nice that we get both versions as well. And then tying us off, we got the speaker down below here. And then we also get a little red reflector here that Honda adds in just in case you do have that door open and it's later on at night, it's dark outside, maybe you're repairing a flat tire, or maybe you're helping someone else that's on the road or whatnot. They give you that reflector in case you leave that door open, so someone can actually see you and see that the door is open on that side. So I like that they added that in there for us. Now, hopping inside, we do get a power seat with the 6-way on there, so we can actually raise the front of it. We can raise the whole seat. We got the back support, and we get the lumbar support on this base model Ridgeline. We get the cloth seats with that kind of silver stitch on there for us as well, with a little pattern on there. So not quite the leather seats, but they give us a nice cloth seat. If we hop inside, we'll close the door here for us. We got a nicely laid out steering wheel. It is a leather wrapped heated steering wheel, so we do get the heated wheel on this base model guy here. We get our cruise control settings here for the adaptive cruise and everything. We get some volume settings over there, and then we get our standard scroll wheel with the home button on there for us as well. Got our nice chrome Honda badge in the middle. But let's start this guy up and see what's going on. So we'll hit our push button start there. We got our nice screen that lights up for us, which is awesome to see. It'll be the half digital, half analog screen. So you can see on there, it says I still have my tailgate open, so it's nice that it lets me know. We get a little emblem on there. And then if I hit this home button and spam it a bunch of times, we'll see on the digital side, I can actually go through and I have a whole cornucopia worth of information on there for us. whether it's speed and time, range and fuel, warnings, gauge display settings, some brightness. You can have no content on there, tire pressure, maintenance, see what power is going to what wheel, some navigation, which is just a compass, so I'll fool you all on that one, phone, audio, and then we're back to speed and time there for us. You can see we got our coolant temperature gauge right there tucked into the RPM gauge, and then we can see we got our temperature outside. We got kilometers on there, our drive mode, which we do have a couple different drive modes. They'll actually just be down here for us, this little truck icon just below the shifter. So if we give that guy a quick little press, we can see we got snow mode, mud mode, sand, and then normal back up. So only a few on there, but it's nice to keep it clean and simple. We got down to the right side of the steering wheel, we got our mirror selector, so left and right, and then our power mirrors. We got our economy mode button right there, and then we got a few more safety features. We got the lane departure, the front collision braking, traction control, the cargo lights if you do want the lights on in the back there for us. You can see that little green light pops on, and you can see our heated windshield button. I accidentally just hit it there. That'll be the little element that is underneath the wipers themselves to warm them up during those colder months, so the rubber doesn't stick to the windshield. If we come back up, we can go over kind of what the cruise control buttons are on this side. So if we hit this main button right here, we can actually see that we get a little icon that pops in and out there. So now it's on for us. And then if I hit this button down here, you can see it's not going to let me go in cruise control because obviously we're not going anywhere. But we can activate cruise that way. We can also set our distance. If I hit the little rectangles below there, we can go closer, we can go further away. And then we also have the lane departure button here. We'll just look for this emblem on top of the actual screen up top there. And if it's on, then you'll know that the actual safety feature is on as well. And then tucked in behind, you can see we got our paddle shifters, because we do have the 9-speed automatic in this guy. So we can select an individual gear if we are towing anything, or if we are during the winter time or whatnot, which is awesome to see on that side. We got our infotainment screen here for us. We got the CarPlay and Android Auto. We got our Bluetooth. We got our trip computer, phone. We got our compass, some settings for us, system updates. We got the smart shortcuts, all that stuff. And it's nicely responsive. It doesn't take much. It's fast. When I click into something, it is what it actually is. It's not there to be, 2 or 3 settings to get into something. I got a physical home button, physical back button, and a physical volume knob, and then some more physical track select buttons. You can see my shortcuts down below. If you have a favorite 6 or 7 things that you want, you can put them on there. We also have the time up top there for us as well. We do have the dual zone climate in this guy, so we can change that and put them up and down for us, or we can change them. And we can also have the rear climate settings as well. Looks like the reflections get in the way of the camera there a little bit, my bad. We got the sync on and off. We got our mode button, so we can change all the modes there for us. And then we got our fan speed button in the middle, air conditioning, and then the recirculation. And then we got the rear controls here. So there's actually 2 vents in the back for the passengers that we can actually turn on and off, or we can only change their temperature and change their fan speed back there for them too. We can turn the whole thing on and off. We got the auto button, and then we got that front defrost, and then we got that rear defrost and the mirrors into one button there for us. Some more storage down below that, and then we do get our heated front seats on this base model as well. 2 plugins down below, a 3rd plug-in here, and then we get that wireless charging pad here as well. And then we get a kind of a rubber, almost no texture on it, but a sticky surface to lay some stuff down on. And then we get that silver texture in the center of the cup holder. It's kind of the same one that was on the door that we were looking at earlier. We got our shifter here, park, reverse, neutral, drive. We got our big cup holders here. We can fit those huge Stanleys in there, which is awesome to see. Got our drive mode button there, and then the automatic start stop button there. That one's gonna turn the truck off at the street lights for us to save fuel on that side. But if we go back into reverse, which we'll just pull back down on, you can see the green lights activate there. We can see our backup camera here, and then we're on the super wide view there. You can go more of a 45-degree view, and then we can take a look at that straight up and down view as well. And we'll go back to the full 90-degree view. You can see a huge view that you get. We got the reverse automatic braking on there, so if someone's coming from this way or that way, some little orange arrows will pop up and a little alert will come through. Kind of lets you know that someone is there, and if you're not hitting the brakes in time, it'll actually hit the brakes for you. But other than that, we got a leather center console with that stitching on it again, which is awesome to see. We also have a bunch of storage in there, which is sweet. Put lots of stuff in there. We got a nice sized glove box as well. We got the owner's manual in there right now. And then we got that passenger side seat with that texture on there as well. But a nice layout. Even my sight lines are nice when I'm looking outside. I got a good view of the rear view. We got the nice small window there for the blind spot, and then we got the big window here, and then we do get the tweeters as well in the base model. So we got 4 speakers up front, and then we got 2 speakers in the rear. So 6-speaker system, which is sweet. Normally you only get the 4-speaker on the base models that I see. So I love that Honda includes that in there for us. Taking a look, getting into the back seat of the Ridgeline here, we can see on the door, I got some hard plastic back here, which I can tell a big difference on that side. And then we got our soft touch material here with that gray stitching. I get some storage in front, and then I also get a cup holder right in the door, which is kind of funky to see. I like that it's a nice up high cup holder on that side, because we get a couple more in the center as well. We got our speaker there, and then we got our nice window here for this side, and then a good size. It's a little bit shorter on the door, but it isn't the biggest truck in the world, so I wouldn't expect there to be, a luxury amount of room in the back. And then also in the back seat, we have the 60-40 split seats on this side that actually come up. So there's a little handle below me here. I can actually flip this guy up, click it into place, and I can put either just this seat up and just have this for full space here, or I can flip that seat up and have full space there, or flip them both up and just have a humongous amount of room under here. And then as well, with this seat, when it's down, there's actually a bunch of storage that's left underneath, so you can slide in some stuff and still have the seats down and have to go back here and be fully utilizing that storage back there, which is awesome to see. We do get some center console cup holders on this side. We got a little pull hook just in case. So we got 2 cup holders there. We got some storage back here as well on that side, and then we can flip that up and use that as a middle seat if we really need it. We got our 2 vents back here that we were controlling up front, and then we do get a charger back here for this base model guy here. And then we get some storage in the driver and the passenger seats as well, which is awesome to see. And then space-wise, how does one sit back here? Even in this guy, the cheapest that we can get, I still have a decent amount of legroom in front. Given I have set the seat up for a guy my size or a person my size, I'm about 5'11", so not quite at that 6-foot mark, but average height, average build, and I still got tons of room back here on that side in front of my knees. I also have a fair bit of headroom, to be honest. Like, I'm sitting a little bit higher up than the driver in the passenger seat, which personally I love. I'm not blocked by the headrest. I have a good line of view. I can see out everywhere, and it's somewhat comfortable. I maybe wish these reclined a little bit personally, but it is a truck at the end of the day, so I don't get to have everything, but I like how much space we have. And especially in that quarter-ton truck segment, you don't really get to see too much passenger space. Like, if we take a look at the Tacoma and the Santa Fe and the Frontier and the Ranger, all those guys, like, you don't really get too much backroom space, so it's nice to see that I'm still comfortable back here. I still get a decent amount. Maybe not big enough for like a huge person, but if you're putting huge people in the Ridgeline, we maybe should have got a half-ton as well, maybe. That does wrap us up for today's video on the 2025 Honda Ridgeline Sport. Let me know what your thoughts are on it, if there's some stuff I could have done better, if there's some stuff I missed that you wanted to see more of, and let me know what the thoughts are on what we get for getting into that cheapest truck that Honda has available. And we'll see you guys in the next one.